Anyway, this guy monkey, I don't see him here. Did he
I
call
think
you, Dr. McFoxy, and say, I'm not going to be there. I'm having some other weird dreams or something?
nah, he had enough.
No,
He
we
had enough
haven't
last
heard.
week. He just had enough. He was, yeah, it was too much. It was too much. It was enough. It was too
Right.
much. So, you know,
Don't
that's why.
care for
That's
the
why.
monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, I do
I
care.
don't
He's
either.
smart.
We agree on that. Dr. Wally, can you believe we agree on something?
I love all creatures. Remember, I'm now Dr. Kindly Codswallop.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
We'll
Yeah.
wait to see this happen in
Yes.
real
Well,
life.
I mean, look at me. I am full of love.
You're full of something. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that
Yeah,
right now. You're full of it.
the same thing,
You
Donnie.
can see it in
So
my.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Monty is, but if he shows up at some point along the way, we'll certainly welcome him in. Now, where is Bruce?
Oh, Sparky has a secret.
Well,
What did you do with
Sparky.
Bruce this time, Sparky?
What'd you do, Sparky? What'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do?
Well, my mom said that I couldn't be on computer anymore, and she took mine. So Wally and I went to the university where Bruce has his office. And Wally distracted him, and I got his keys.
I fluttered about. He says, "What are you doing here?" And I'm fluttering about and telling him I love him and flapping my wings and trying to hug him, but he took it as an attack. And then I took his keys.
And then he gave him to me, and I took him and I unlocked the door, and I got Bruce's computer, and I brought it back to the cave. My mom doesn't know that I can go online now. But now Wally has the keys.
I have the keys. Finally,
Oh,
I have the keys to a university where I can go and teach.
Where are you going to teach him? How to steal keys? How to steal? Is that what you're going to teach him? Is that it?
No, Sparky. Sparky and Dr. Wally. That does not sound like a very kind thing to do.
We didn't hurt Bruce. He's fine.
No, I hugged him.
Where is he?
It was a hug.
Where did Bruce go? Did you put him in the closet again, or did he maybe go run to find more keys?
No, he just doesn't have the keys or his computer to do this with.
So I think that this is what we're going. I think this is what we're going to do. We're going to, because we're all here, we're going to continue our time together, our session. But once this is over, Sparky, you and Dr. Wally need to return the computer.
Oh, how will I?
If you don't return the computer to Bruce, I'm sorry, but you're just not going to be welcome here.
How do I teach at the university without the keys?
You will have to find somebody.
You're not a teacher. You don't. What are you going to teach these guys?
I'm going to teach the true and hidden nature of the world.
What's this?
I'm sure there are people who would listen, and creatures who would listen to you on online and
no, in a classroom setting.
But Sparky, you look very upset. Do you want to talk about it?
No.
Oh,
don't be upset, Sparky. We had a good
Sparky,
time.
Why is it, Sparky? Why is it that you lost your computer privileges?
Well, it's not my fault.
Okay.
Mom just doesn't like that I know more things than she does now.
Yes, I know. That's the problem here too. People don't like that I know more, and they do.
And she doesn't want me.
I think that you're being a very good influence here. Perhaps you can go visit Ernie or something.
Well, Ernie does want to come in. He's a bit upset with me right now because he didn't know. I didn't tell him. All right, Ernie. All right.
Anyway, so it sounds like there's some conflict at home, Sparky.
Well, Mom she's just so bossy, and she doesn't like. I talk to my friends at school, and I want to go and do stuff that they're doing, and she won't let me. So I stay home. So I go on the computer and I try to be doing stuff there, but then she doesn't like me to do that either because I talk about it. So she took it away.
What does she want you to do? Fly around the cave, lighting fires or something?
She wants me to take care of my. She wants me to take care of my little brother and clean the cave and stuff like
that's
that.
terrible. That's no fun or whatever. I guess I understand you going out.
You can make it a game.
You know, Sparky, if I may, there are times, especially with the older generation, as it were, when they have the impression that there are things that they do not know and or understand. They can feel somewhat threatened, you know, especially if it's by their own offspring, their own children, as it were. And so I'm certain that a large part of this, on the part of your mother, just has to do with the fact that she feels slightly inferior. And unjustly so, because I'm sure your mother knows many, many, many things.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, your mom's been around for since King Arthur.
King Arthur? Who is this guy?
I think he fought her. No, King George.
King George.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we don't talk about George.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh. King George.
He killed my uncle.
Ooh.
So
That's
sorry.
very big.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't realize it's sensitive subject too soon.
Maybe she just say she could borrow Bruce's computer, and then when they get back to him, say maybe he will loan it to her long time if she needs.
Well, that wouldn't be very truthful, though, would it?
I'd like to apologize for Dr. Wally Codswallop because he left and he told me he was just going out for a little flight. I didn't know what he was really doing. And
I am hearing music.
And he broke the rules of the group. The rules of the group, remember, that we're not supposed to see each other. And he always sees Sparky, and yet I don't get to hang out with Donnie at all. And I want to very, very badly. I've always wanted to hang. I want to be Donnie, but I want to hang with him first.
That's just because you don't have wings.
I know, and I can't fly out of my encasement.
Yeah, but you gotta know. There are rules, right? Am I right? There are rules. Rules are there. And you know, if you break a rule, there's got to be a price to pay, as they say. There's got to be a price if you break a rule. And by my very informal count at this stage of the game right now, Dr. Wally has probably broken a couple thousand rules. Yeah. And he's not paying the price. And so I'm just wondering. How far does he have to go? What do we do? How do we do it? That's all.
Dad, he says he repents, but he doesn't really need to repent because he doesn't do anything wrong. But he says that he's repentant, but he doesn't know what that means.
He's supposed to be sorry. That is repent. I know these
words. Not
surprised. But he doesn't know how to be sorry because he always thinks he's right.
He says he is.
Well, without Dr. Wally here, it's unfair to talk about him and his motives.
If you want to talk to him, he wants to come back in.
We don't want to talk to him.
No.
Well, I'm very upset with him. And he gets a timeout.
Yeah.
He gets a timeout from me.
Sparky, do you feel bad about scaring Bruce and taking his computers?
No, I didn't hurt him.
What would Mom think what would Mom say if she knew that you were on somebody else's computer right now?
Uh-oh, look at this face.
Sparky's gonna get in trouble.
Oh, Annie, that's not nice.
She doesn't want me to be on the computer, so she took it away.
That was mean.
So she would be mad that I have one. But she doesn't know. She just said I couldn't be on my computer. I'm not on my computer.
Right.
Well, okay, so let's
talk about
on. It's without Bruce, it feels like there is a little bit less structure here, but let's finish up our session so that Sparky can do the right thing.
Yeah.
And return the computer.
Well, we're supposed to talk about communication in dreams.
Yes, that's right.
And Sparky maybe has a problem of communication with her mom.
Ooh.
She doesn't really listen to me. She's always busy with the dumb little brother. And she just thinks she just knows everything and she doesn't listen.
Well, she is thousands of years old. So
No,
I would
she's
say
so
that
old.
experience kind of is a maybe a good thing.
No, she's just old.
Yeah, I know,
But,
but old things know more.
yeah, but I got to tell you, the farmer that I have here, that's on the farm here, this guy, the farmer, he's not thousands of years old, but he's old. He is old. He really is old. And he has trouble hearing. He really does. I'll try to make noise and he can't hear me. And a couple of us will go, we'll all get together and say, hey, we really got to get his attention, so we make a lot of noise and then maybe he'll hear it. So I'm just thinking, I'm just spitballing here. I'm just thinking maybe with, Sparky, your mom being that old, maybe she's having some trouble. Maybe she really can't hear everything that you say. I'm just saying.
And maybe old isn't good because remember Tommy, the tortoise, he is old, but he wasn't very wise.
Oh, well,
they don't go together. They don't always go together. No, they don't. No, they
He
don't.
was kind of senile a little bit.
Sparky, what would it be like for you to have a discussion with your mom about how you feel?
I don't know. She never has time.
Hmm.
Every
What
time
is
I
it,
try to
baby
talk to her,
brother?
she's just busy. She says, not now, but it's never.
What do dragons do
time.
during the day?
Well, she has to get food and
Not during the
Hey.
day, though.
well, she has to get it ready for my brother, and she's trying to teach him all the stuff he has to do to be a dragon.
But how long does it take a dragon to prepare food? I would say one breath.
Oh.
You have to wait till baby brother is sleeping, and then you say, "Moms, I need
And
to
then I
talk to
kidnap him
you."
and take him somewhere else.
No, you talk to your mother.
You can bring him here. I'd love to play with a baby dragon.
No, you don't take him somewhere else, because
No,
then
if-
he will be killed, and then your parents will be very
If-
mad at you.
If he comes
No,
here, maybe people just think he's a kind of different looking elephant because
You know, if we
No,
all-
they will know he's dragon.
Reginald, I think that
Yes.
Reginald wants to say something.
Yes, thank you so much, Doctor. If we are dealing with the topic of communication, if I may make a suggestion to Sparky, communication does go both ways. And so when you approach your mother and say, I really need to talk with you, and she says, I don't have time now, all you need to do is come back with one word. When?
Ooh.
Ask her when would be a good time. And then she will feel more in control of the situation and be more willing, more than likely, to allow some time to look at her schedule, as they say, and make the time for you. I am certain that's what will happen.
That's a good idea.
So you're saying that if I say when, I'll make her feel in control, but really I'll be in control because I make her decide.
Kind of like you are with Wally. He thinks it's his decision when you help him.
This could work for you.
I have another thing for you, Sparky. I heard some people talking, some of the humans, and they were talking about how some of the humans here were lizard people, or like maybe they're like dragons, but they have human skin. So maybe you can get human skin and walk around and nobody would know. And maybe you could even like be in politics.
What is this craziness you are talking about?
I
Aaron?
heard people talking. I heard the humans talking.
How could I make my skin human skin? And why would I want to? Their skin
I
is
don't
so
know.
easy. It breaks so easy.
I don't know. They just said this happens all the time, that most like 4 to 5 people are lizards.
If I look like a human, then I could go around and I could visit my friends from school.
You could. I'd suggest that. Become
How
a
are
lizard.
you going to do this?
Let's get back to the topic.
Okay.
So, Sparky, do you think that perhaps you could have that conversation with your mom, and if she doesn't have time, you ask her, well, when can I talk with you?
Yeah.
Why don't we make that
Yeah.
your homework?
Good goal.
Okay.
Homework. Okay, I have question about communication though, is for you, doctor. This lady who gives me my food, she sort of understands me, but the other night she was making this salmon on the stove, and I kept trying to tell her, I want some, I'm so hungry, I want, but she does not understand what I'm saying. And she did not give me any of this great salmon. She makes these little guys eat it. They don't even like it. I love this. What's going on? How do I communicate this to her so she understands me and gives me the delicious salmon? Not this in the can stuff is bad.
I understand. Same thing happens to me. I try to communicate with humans and they lock me up. They say I'm loud and I'm crazy, and I don't know why they won't give me what I want. Sometimes it's just a little thing, like maybe I'm hungry, but then they chain me up and say that I'm crazy because I tried to tell them I'm hungry.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a big thing. That's a really big part of the whole thing, because those of us that are dependent upon these humans for our food, they got to provide our food. They're the only ones that are going to get it. We can't go out and get it ourselves, And so how do we do that? We need to we need to communicate, but there really is no good way to do it. And what? We go hungry. I mean, what's the option? What's the option?
They give me food, but it's not the good food. Why not I get the good food? I am a member of this family. I am a very important member of this family.
What would be good food to you?
Whoa, salmon cooked on the stove, fresh, is so delicious.
Salmon is so much better when you eat it straight from the stream.
What's better?
Oh, really? I have not tried this.
Simona, you my food. I have really, really good food growing all over my enclosure, and you can eat it anytime.
I don't like leaves. I keep telling you this. Leaves are terrible for me. I don't eat them. What do you like for food? Doctor, what is good food? What's gourmet for you?
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
What do you think is gourmet food?
Oh, well, anytime I have an opportunity to go hunting and pick up
leaves.
Pick up anything that
leaves are terrible.
Bushes?
No. She eats meat like me.
Well, what?
But hay?
Well, okay, so we are all different, right? And it's okay to be who we are. I think that it's very important to remember that.
But I don't know.
I think that some of the most delicious meals I've had have ranged from scraps of sandwich meat or hot dogs that were thrown aside, and then another time I saw a cat on the side of the road that had been run over, and it was very delicious.
Excuse me?
Cat, Simone.
What did you say?
That's a problem. How can you help creatures if you eat them? Now I'm all scared you're going to eat me.
Did you eat my cousin?
You're bigger than her, Ernie.
Yeah, but still, if she can eat a cat, she can eat anything because
it was already dead.
I don't think it's safe for us to
talk. Is this what you're saying, Dr. McFoxy? You ate my cousin?
Was it your cousin? I don't think that we live even.
Cats are cousin. I'm telling you this from the day one. We're all related.
You are all related, and you eat us.
But you gotta remember though. Think back. Remember now, we had that discussion a while back about.
But I'm violated now, and I'm
talking here. Hey, I'm talking here. We had that discussion a while back about what was it with the fins, the feathers, the claws. That discussion there. We're different. We're different. I don't eat meat. I don't eat that kind of stuff. I'm kind of like Ernie, the hay and the grass and that sort of thing, and some nice oats every now and again. It really comes in handy. It's tasty. It's tasty, But we are all different. We are all of us different. And
I'm not different from a donkey. I'm very, very much like a donkey. Don't you think, Donnie?
In many ways. In many
Yes.
ways.
I'm like a donkey.
Like you're stubborn. Yeah.
Say
Many
that
ways.
to
You're
me.
like a
Say,
donkey.
say,
You are.
Ernie, you're
Yes.
like a donkey. Say it.
Ernie, you are stubborn like a donkey. You are. You really are.
And I eat like a donkey. And I look
Yes,
like a
you do.
donkey. Do I look like one?
Not really. Not so much. Not so much. I'm sorry.
So anyway,
I'm sorry.
some
I'm sorry.
of us, like for instance, Sparky eats living animals and living creatures.
She does not eat a cat. She says she would not eat a cat. You have crossed a line, doctor.
You cross a line. I
You cross
agree.
a line, and I think this is conflicting interest is what this is.
But she didn't kill the cat.
She ate it. I'm
Well,
sorry. I think we need a real
I
doctor.
did. It
We need
wasn't-
a
it wasn't
real doctor.
okay when I found it.
Dr. Zebra would not eat a cat.
But-
No.
That's because she's a zebra.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
They
Simone,
eat like donkeys.
I can tell Simone that this is very hurtful for you. Would you like
Yes,
to talk
it's very
about
hurtful. I
Would
don't
you
like
eat a bird, say a cockatoo, for instance? Would you?
Yes, of course.
Then why am I here? Why would I be talking to you when you could possibly eat me? I know that Simone wants to eat me. At least she's honest and says, I will eat you. I mean, well, how can you be more honest? But you
Well,
never
I
told
only
me.
said
I
that.
gotta say, Doc, that bird has come up with some odd questions in our therapy times, but that question right there is the best one of them all. Why is he here? That's my question as well.
That's it. Why am I here when you'll eat me? Two of you.
Well, I
Two of you.
only say
Three
that
of
to
you.
you.
Sparky
I
Rock.
would say,
Dr. Wally, I only say that when you are being mean to Ernie. Now that
Okay.
we are,
I know. No, I see it in your eyes. I see it in your eyes. You look at me with, wonder what he tastes like.
I'm noticing
can
something
get out of
very
birds.
interesting here, Simone. Simone, your feelings are very hurt, and I want to acknowledge that.
because that was my cousin.
Thing. But it's very strange to me that you would eat a member of this group, but that your feelings are very hurt by knowing that I ate a member of your species. What?
I wasn't really going to eat Wally. I just wanted to scare him because he was so mean to Ernie.
but
Hey,
you
but
would
you do
eat
eat
him.
Birds.
Simone,
You
I
do eat
love
birds,
you
though,
so
don't you?
much.
Don't you? You do eat birds, don't you? I mean, I know you do. I know cats do. Cats do. I see them here on the farm. You know, they're
Only
running
when
around
I've
the barn
had
and they
some
chase the
catnip.
birds.
But we have a special relationship, just like Sparky. I mean, Sparky can eat anything that moves, as can Simone. But of course, we have a special relationship. But I don't know about Dr. McFoxy because I've never seen that
you know
kind
what?
of
I
love
have
from her.
made this. I've made this promise here before, and I will make it again. Regardless of how delicious any of you are, I promise I will not eat any of you.
How do we know that for sure?
But the
Because she's
same,
a doctor. Because she's a doctor, she has what's that word? What do they call it? You wouldn't know, Wally, because you don't have it. Integrity. There we go. That's the word.
Ethics.
I'm a
Integrity.
doctor, and I eat seeds, and seeds are fine. I also eat various things, but not
and you make a mess
living
everywhere.
things.
but Dr. Wally, I could eat you, but I don't because you're my friend.
Exactly. But am I Dr. McFoxy's friend? She's a counselor, but is she a friend?
You know what? I promise I won't eat you because you're part of this group.
Oh, that's the only reason. You eat other cockatoos.
Why isn't that enough for you, Dr. Wally?
Well, because I don't know. It's not a safe space. I feel I feel threatened. And talking about communication, I try to communicate. I try to teach people things. I try to teach everyone things, and people don't really listen to me. And I don't believe now that you want to eat my species, why would you listen to me and respect me as a...
But Simone wants to eat your species as well.
Yeah,
And
yep,
so
she
does
does.
Sparky,
And she does.
actually.
Yep.
Sparky would never eat you,
I
but
get
she would eat your
food
species.
from the lady who is here. I don't eat birds unless I've had a lot of catnip and I forget what I'm doing and I'm out in the backyard. So it's accidental most of the time, to be honest. But you saw this cat and you went and you said, "Ooh, delicious."
I believe that I should hold a seminar on the ethics of animal eating.
What do you know about ethics.
You don't know
I
that.
have a part of my
Oh
PhD.
my
You
goodness.
just stole Bruce's
My
piece.
PhD
You don't
covers
know
Dr.
ethics.
many,
McFoxy,
many
yes, you are
subjects.
saying.
Yes,
Doctor,
Reginald.
yes. I'm sorry, what
Please
did you say?
continue, Doctor.
What, you false doctor?
I beg your pardon, Dr. Codswallop,
You
but Dr.
carnivorous
McFoxy is
doctor.
attempting to say something.
She
Dr.
is
Codswallop.
reasonable, doctor.
Reginald, why don't you continue?
Thank you very much, Doctor. I must point out a glaring fact that everyone seems to be ignoring at this point in time. There are those of us in this group for whom sustenance is provided on a daily basis. And we do not have to go searching for our daily food, as it were, or as the humans say, our daily bread. And for some of us, it is bread. For some of us, it is meat.
I don't like
For some of
bread.
us,
No,
one moment,
terrible.
please. For some of us, it is other forms of sustenance. And those who have provided themselves blessed, believe me. And those who have to go foraging must by necessity make do with whatever's available.
But excuse me, why apparently your job is not a good job? Because why would you need to forage when you have a PhD? Why? Why don't you just go buy the food from your job that helping us? Why would
Can
you
I
need to
remind you, Dr. Woolley, we don't pay her any money. We don't
No.
send her any food.
Oh, right.
She does this for free.
Well,
So
but
how
someone
she-
must.
Not
Dr.
that I'm
Wally,
defending you, Dr. McFoxy. I'm still mad at you.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand how you can be a doctor like myself and not have people give you things because they give
Okay.
you things.
So anyway, first of all, Wally, I'll deal with you in a moment.
Oh, deal with me, will you? Eat me.
It is absolutely okay that you are angry,
Very
It's okay.
mad.
that you're hurt, and it's okay that you're mad.
Yes.
I understand that. If I found out, for instance, that you had had some catnip and that you had perhaps found an injured fox, baby fox, and had consumed it, I would be hurt too, but I would know that part of that is part of your nature, and that's okay.
Oh,
have never
no,
seen
Simone
that
wouldn't
before.
eat a baby fox, would
Hold
you?
on, hold on. Doc, I gotta say, when last time Bruce was gone, last time he wasn't in the session, as it were, he kind of passed on to me the whole timekeeping thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta
Okay.
say, it's time. We're the session's just about over here, Doc.
We're
I'm sorry,
discussing
I'm sorry,
cannibalism
but it
here,
is.
and you want to
Thank
go.
you so much.
It's not cannibalism. She
It is
doesn't eat a
cannibalism.
fox. Crazy
So,
Bernie
okay,
Smokey.
so Dr. Wally, if you don't feel safe here,
No, I don't.
I will
Why?
let you know that it's okay if you do not participate.
Oh, well,
It's
what would
very
the group
okay.
be without
Very
my
okay.
knowledge? Everything most people know is because I've taught it to them, I think.
No,
Probably.
in this group, the smart one is Reggie. Sorry, buddy.
Well, Reginald learned everything from me, but then again, he is a doctor too. So
He didn't
therefore,
learn nothing from
doctors
you.
learn.
He just met you.
Anyway, let's kind of talk. We didn't really talk a lot about communication today. I'm not sure.
Good, I'm
anybody
trying to
had
communicate
any
and you don't
questions
listen.
about
That's it.
communication.
Communication.
Hopefully,
I
this
talk, you
coming
don't
week,
listen.
Sparky will have that conversation with her mom, and I look forward to hearing what that's going to be like. How are you feeling, Sparky, about bringing the computer back?
She's going to be mad at me now.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure if you say sorry, he's a very forgiving creature.
At least she won't eat you.
But I'm not sorry.
Well,
You don't have to be sorry because you're right. When you're right, you don't have to be sorry. Like I'm right, I don't need to say I'm
Dr.
sorry.
Wally, you can-
Right means
Doc,
never
hey,
having
Doc,
to say
hey,
you're sorry.
Doc. Come on, Doc.
All right, let's wrap this up. What would we like to discuss next week?
Cannibalism.
Well, I am in agreement with you, Dr. McFoxy, that we've barely touched on the subject this week. So perhaps we should just continue it on to next week.
Let's all bring one question about communication.
I already have it. Why don't you listen to me?
Because you're saying crazy things.
Excellent question for next week, Dr. Codswallop.
Think about why you don't listen to me. Think about it
I
all week long.
know. You say crazy thing after crazy thing. We stop listening.
Just because you might say a crazy thing or two does not mean that you're not telling the truth.
You live in your own world.
Oh,
I better turn it off before
fine.
another group comes since Bruce isn't running it.
Okay.
Yes, you'd better, Sparky.